As I went out on a fine summer's day, the fields were in blossom and the meadows were gay. I spied a wee damsel tripping over the green, and I took her for Helen, that Grecian queen. That Grecian queen, a Grecian queen, and I took her for Helen, that Grecian queen. She's admired by others, and I know them fine well, every morning to view that sweet spot where she dwells, beneath the hawthorn at the brink of the hill. May she never marry, but think on me still, but think on me still, oh, but think on me still. May she never marry, but think on me still. And me parents died on me, and it's all for their sake, and oft times it causes my poor heart to break. For the more I think on them, the more I will say that there's no one will be mine but the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae. For there's no one will be mine but the wee lass on the brae. Oh, in faith there's a decline over yon far off sky, and it's off till my darling like lightning I fly. If the night was as long as a long summer's day, I would cheerfully sit with the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae. I would cheerfully sit with the wee lass on the brae. So fare thee well, darling, I love you the best, and may you be happy, and may you be blessed, and may you think on me when I'm far away. For there's no one will be mine but the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae. For there's no one will be mine but the wee lass on the brae.
Part of the country I come from, there's a lot of people with the name Murphy. There's Murphy and Murphy and Murphy again. So they all have to have nicknames. There's one particular fella, and he was called the Bowsy, but no longer called the Bowsy. He's now called the Millionaire. And I'll tell you how it all happened. The Bowsy had an aunt went away to America to look after a relative that was out there and that wasn't well. And she wasn't too long out looking after her until the relative died and left her a good bit of money. And she married a German after she got the money. A very industrious man, bought big high-stepped houses in America, converted them into apartments, sold them off, made profit, never stopped doing it until he became a millionaire. And the very minute he became a millionaire, he died. The self-same thing happens to every millionaire, they'll die. And the wife got all the money, and she hadn't it too long until she died. And the Bowsy got a letter one morning from America to tell him that he was after inheriting $16 million. And he had the letter in his pocket for 3 days, for he had that many poor friends and relations. If they found out about it, he wouldn't have twopence left for himself. But there was a man lived across the fields from him, and his nickname was the Tate Lip Man. You could slay your granny in front of him and he'd never tell a living human being that he ever saw it happening. So on the third evening, he took the letter over and he showed it to the Tate Lip Man. Read that, says he. He read it. I have to go out to sign for this money, he says to America. And I want you to leave me at the airport and in 10 days come back and take me home and don't tell anyone about it. Mum's the word. That was all the Tate Lip Man said the whole evening. Away he went to the airport and away to America, and 10 days doesn't be too long gone in. Landed back, come down off the plane, 2 bags with him coming back, one full of money and the other one with his clothes in it. Tate Lip Man took the 2 bags off him, threw them into the boot of the car, never said to him, what was the weather like in America? Did you get fixed up with your money? Just never spoke. Then he got beside him, down round the roundabouts, and when they got on the straight road for home, the bowsy started to rub his hands. Anyone that ever gets $16 million left to them every time they think about it, they'll start rubbing their hands. Well, he says, any deaths, births or marriages since I left? Anybody sick, seriously ill or prayed for? Oh, damn the much. Anything at all happened since I left? Ah, dang the much. Well, I'm away 10 days now. Something must have happened since I left. Ah, well, a wee dog. Tiny. Is that what you call him? What about him? He's dead. Running after motor cars, I suppose, on the road and got run over. No. Well, what happened to him? Feed of burnt beef. Burnt beef? How did he get the burnt beef? Oh, now we got in somewhere or another, the way they had the thing barricaded and ate a bit of one of the dead cows that was burnt in the byre. What dead cows are you talking about? Your dead cows. The byre was burnt and the cows, 40 cows is burnt. How did the byre get burnt? Sparks from the hay shed caught the byre. And is the hay shed burnt? The hay shed's burnt. How did the hay shed get burnt? Sparks from the house caught the hay shed and the hay shed caught the byre. The man that was there with the fire brigade said it was a chain reaction. And is the house burnt? Burnt to the ground. How did the house get burnt? A canal. A canal. What the blazes were they doing with the canals in the house after me spending £2,000 getting the whole place rewired and done up? One of the canals sitting beside the coffin caught the lace curtains and the whole thing went up. What coffin are you talking about? Oh, your mother-in-law's dead and buried since she left. Is she, be God? What the hell happened to her? It seems when the curate went in to tell her that your wife was away to London with the bread man, she took a heart attack and died. So I'm only telling you this story to let you know that money's not everything.
Come, all you tender-hearted chaps, I hope you'll lend an ear, and likewise pay attention to these few lines I've here. It's all in praise of a pretty maid, I mean to use my quill. She's the bloomin' rose of Antrim and the flower of Corby's mill. It was on the 1st of January last I was going to Butler's Fair. I spied this pretty fair maid, she was combing down her hair. And as I gazed upon her, me heart with joy did fill. She's the bloomin' rose of Antrim and the flower of Corby's mill. It was all for recreation, I went to the fair that day. I didn't intend to tarry long when I crossed McMullen's Brae, but meeting with some comrade lads when I arrived there, oh kindly they saluted me, you're welcome to the fair. We went to Mrs. Butler's, where there we did sit down. The jugs of punch came tumbling in, the toast went merrily round. The silver it being plenty, we drank with right goodwill, and we raised a glass to the bonny wee lass that works in Corby's mill. Oh, this fair maid to make mention, I will not name her name. Her parents might get angry, and I myself get blame. She is a mill girl to her trade, and has the best of skill. She's the bloomin' rose of Antrim and the flower of Corby's mill. I have travelled this country o'er and o'er, and parts of Scotland too. I've travelled England far and wide, believe me friends, it's true. I've travelled Ireland o'er and o'er, crossed many the hollow and hill, but the equal yet I never could get, the Flower of Cora's mill.
Oh, row the rattle me, and oh, row the chase me, and oh, row the rattle me, the little pack of tailors. Oh, row the rattle me, and oh, row the chase me, and oh, row the rattle me, the little pack of tailors. I went up to Dublin, I met a little tailor, I put him in me pocket, fear the dog would eat him. Dogs began a bark, and I began a bait him. I threw him in the liffey, fear the dog would eat him. Die-da-lum-diddly-dee, I-diddly-dee-da-lum-diddly-die, rattle-diddly-dee-da-diddly-dum-diddly-dee, I-diddly-dum-diddly-die, rattle-diddly-dee-da-diddly-dum-diddly-dee, I-diddly-dee-da-dum-diddly-die, rattle-diddly-dee-da-diddly-dum-diddly-dee, oh, row the rattle me, and oh, row the chase me, and oh, row the rattle me, the little pack of tailors. Oh, row the rattle me, and oh, row the chase me, and oh, row the rattle me, the little pack of tailors. I went up to Belfast, met a little tailor, I put him in my pocket, fear the dog would eat him. Dogs began a bark, and I began a bait him. I threw him in the laggin, fear the dog would eat him. Die-da-lum-diddly-dee, I-diddly-dee-da-dum-diddly-die, rattle-diddly-dee-da-diddly-dum-diddly, I-diddly-dum-diddly, I-diddly-dum-diddly-die, rattle-diddly-dee-da-diddly-dum-diddly-dee, I-diddly-dee-da-dum-diddly-die, rattle-diddly-dee-da-diddly-dum-diddly-dee, I-diddly-dee-da-diddly-dee-da, rattle-diddly-dee-da-diddly-dee-da. When first from sea I landed, I had a roving mind. I rambled undaunted, my true love to find. There I met pretty Susan, her cheeks like the rose, and her skin was like the lily fair, or the wildflowers that grow. And her skin was like the lily fair, or the wildflowers that grow. Oh, a long time I courted her, till I wasted my store. Her love turned to hatred, because I was poor. She says I love another, whose fortune I will share. So be gone from pretty Susan, the pride of my Clare. Yes, be gone from pretty Susan, the pride of my Clare. Broken hearted next morning as I rode down the road, sure I met pretty Susan and her young man so bold. And as I gazed on her, my heart full of care, I sighed for pretty Susan, the pride of my Clare. Yes, I sighed for pretty Susan, the pride of my Clare. Once more to the ocean I am bound for to go. I am bound for the west, my heart full of woe. And when I'm at a distance, all burdened with care, sure I'll sigh for pretty Susan, the pride of my Clare. Yes, I'll sigh for pretty Susan, the pride of my Clare. So now it's farewell to my dear native shore. On the green hills of Ireland I will ramble no more. And when I'm at a distance, all burdened with care, I will sigh for pretty Susan, the pride of my Clare. Yes, I'll sigh for pretty Susan, the pride of my Clare.